Yeah, I'm staying right now.
A Fireball Camaro, several big names.
That's fun. Let's see you when you get back. I'll take these.
Procgarged.
Right here.
There we go. Now we got Media Row.
Yeah.
We got the guys from New Prep National Association over here. Make sure you give their page a like.
We're rolling.
Talented guys. Mike's so cool, he wears sunglasses inside. True story.
You good?
We're good.
All right. Thanks everybody for showing up. I know it's kind of wore everybody out with me keeping this car under a cover. Even Stacy hadn't seen it. But little background: when I started on Street Outlaws with Reaper, Car Rut 460s, nobody on that list ran that. But by the time I got that figured out, how to get it down the street, everybody was already running faster. That list evolved so fast that everybody said, "Oh, why you guys keep doing all this?" You've got to try to stay on that list and stay up with it. So, for the first time, I built a car purposely built to try to maintain that list. Reaper got to the point that the motor makes so much power that we just can't make the car work with it. So, all my sponsors, ATI, John Lane, come over here. You're supposed to be over here. All the guys that have helped me, Clayton. All these guys you guys see standing here, Roadrunner, Chassis Engineering, Total Seal, no matter whether I was winning or losing, they've stood behind me. So we got together, we built a car. It's unlike anything anybody's ever tried. Travis Quillen has came up with a new mechanical fuel injection that's all mechanical but not controlled by a Holley ECU. You got to try to figure that out in your heads. It's a super cool deal. The motor's a 5-inch bore space, Brodex 632. Got a 143 Procgarged. And like I said, all these guys have all stood and helped when, whether I won or lost, they stood there. So I want to thank all you guys for everything you've done. Appreciate it. Because without them, this don't work. Troy Green, the engine builder, he's hiding back there in the back, trying to hide from everybody. But like I said, I appreciate all you guys coming out. We've got a brand new show, a new series that we're doing at the racetrack with no prep. We've got Edinburgh, which is going to be the last time that I run Reaper. And we're bringing this car on to the new show, and I'm bringing it to the list on when we start shooting season 11. So I guess you guys are tired of hearing me run my mouth. Where's Chris at? I don't even know how he's got this thing strapped down.
You already unstrapped it.
Oh, it's ready?
It's ready. All the straps are off.
You guys all want to see this thing?
Yeah.
It is not Reaper. The name of the car is on the hood, and I'll show you guys what the name is, and I'll say it. Chris, brother Chris. Another person that's busted his butt and had to put up with my crap because every time the car does wrong, I change it and he has to do something else. We filmed building this car in season 10. I don't know how much they're going to use it. The rules of the list, as everybody knows, I was building this car before the Pro Mods came out. It is an all carbon fiber car. When they pulled on the Pro Mods, I said, well, the car's done. And then the more I thought about it, I thought, you know what? I got to use these rules that nobody's ever told me. You guys have all heard me say, tell me the rules. Well, the one rule they've always said, steel roof, steel quarters. So I put steel roof quarters, and it started as the only thing left of the 69 Camaro is the dash. But I took their rules and I stretched them way, way thin. Matter of fact, they're so thin you can't even see the line. They never even knew I was building this car. Nobody has seen this car except when we had it in Bristol when we were trying to figure it out. Who's got the Allen? Together. Travis Quillen, who's done this stupid cool mechanical fuel injection.
What's the name?
Tell them the name of the car, James.
The name of the car, by the way, is Deez Nutz. So you do not want to get outrun by Deez Nutz, because you know every one of those announcers is going to have fun with that. Chief just got outrun by Deez Nutz. We're waiting at the line for Deez Nutz. And it says, has anybody seen Deez Nutz? And everybody said
Nutz for doing this.
Yeah.
That's where the name was born.
And in actuality, if you look on the side of the car, it's an insane asylum. Chris, where's Chris at? The guy that helps me, come up here. I cannot say his last name, but this is the guy that helps me. We designed all of these cars. It's his sick, twisted head that he gets it started. I give him some ideas of how I want it to look, and he pulls it off. Here's a Procharged car. And everybody thinks I switched to Procharger. I've actually been a Procharger dealer for 15 years. I've still got a D3, one of my first Prochargers. It says don't start before you check the valves. We're actually going to be dyno. We've asked Travis.
Hey,
Tell these guys about this fuel injection, what you come up with.
That is
it's just old school mechanical fuel injections controlled by the Holley EFI. So you get the best of both. You get the simplicity without all the problems, but you get the control of EFI at the same time. So when you're doing this and you got limited time and limited resources, you can't have all these whiz-bang gizmos, so we did away with the whiz-bang gizmos.
Usually the simple's the best.
Do what?
Simple's always running the best.
Absolutely. Get you in the least amount of trouble. Never trust anything that's got a wire hanging out of it.
I always say they make them so smart they're stupid.
Now this comes from one of the top EFI tuners on the planet. And when he said that about the wire thing, I was like, I want to go mechanical on it. And then when Travis was actually going to be mechanical, it was going to be a little bit of control. He gets to doing this system, gets to playing with it. He had this idea how to make it control. So from the time the car's on the brake to the time I drop the chutes, it is all controlled by the Holley ECU. So it's mechanical, but there's only two wires. They control this whole deal.
I like the burst plate right there. It's nice.
You know, Kai Kirker did the when I told him what I needed for the drive, he said he sent me pictures. He said this is the biggest drive I've ever made in my life, and it is. It's huge. This 143. There's no data on it. Travis, when we were dynoing it, we at 6% throttle, they were making 6 pounds. What did it do? We actually maxed the dyno. So get up here and tell them about it. Tell them what it did.
I mean, I've messed with a bunch of Procharger stuff in my lifetime, and I've messed with 136s and 135s and 139s, but let me tell you something about this 143. We hadn't finished flashing the converter yet. He was off the throttle, and we're at 7,300 RPM. Now, that sounds high for a 5-inch motor, but it's just a 4.5-inch stroke motor. So we're going to take this thing at 8,000, 8,200. The 7,300 RPMs, we're making 48.5 pounds into a 630-inch motor with a great big cylinder head on it. That's a lot of air. That means something. So we're looking at mid to high 50s for boost levels on this thing. So now the question becomes control. What do we do to control it? So we got some tricks up our sleeve, especially thanks to John at ATI. He's hooked us up with some stuff that we're really, really excited about. It's going to give us a huge edge with that kind of power level.
And Travis is going to be with me when we race the car. You guys know I have some issues. This is something I've never had done. We're estimating this thing's going to make around 4,000 horsepower. So now there's some things about the car I'm not going to tell everybody, like what John Lane, when I talked to him at ATI, they built a transmission that's never been done like this one, and some of the tricks that we're going to use. The thing is this car is going to be at Lights Out in February on radials. Chad Henderson, where's Chad Henderson?
Behind you, dude.
Hey, Chad Henderson. Chad Henderson's going to drive the car on radials because I'm not a radial guy. So at Lights Out in the sweet $1,600,000 race, Chad Henderson's going to drive the car. He's already got in it. It fit him. I don't know how. Well, we're going to shove pillows on the side because I'm a little bit wider. Kind of tighten him up in there. And we're switching the car at the Tucson race. We're going to start racing the no prep deal with it. So missed anything? Once again, I want to thank all the guys that helped, because without these guys getting behind us and the sponsors, everybody can talk all they want. Nobody, no matter how hard you work, it'd be impossible to try to stay up with all this stuff. And we keep going to the next level. And I told Travis and a lot of the guys, Sergio from Procgarged, when they came down, I told them I don't want to keep going one level at a time. I want to jump way up here. I feel like we've done it. I feel like we've done it. It's, you know, I had a tough time when Monty passed, but I don't, you know, Monty was about going fast. I mean, he's a blown alcohol guy. A lot of you guys don't know that, but Monty's a blown alcohol guy before he was a nitrous guy. So, and he knew about this car, and I told him what I was doing. He said, well, it don't matter as long as you don't get off gas and do something, start winning. So that's what we plan on doing. If you guys got any questions, like I said, everybody, it still has a nitrous bottle in it. I said that every car I had would ever have a nitrous. One thing Travis and I fought about was over that nitrous bottle. Told him that nitrous bottle's going in there. He hadn't seen it. I'm gonna sneak a purge on it when he's not looking. But that's it, guys. And when you step back and you see the stuff on the side of it, like I said, it's actually an insane asylum. Up here on the front, if you'll notice, there's a globe with this crazy looking girl that Chris used to date, I guess, is on there.
Is this the choke list back here?
Huh?
Is this the choke list back here?
That is it. That's where the names
Good
go.
call. There are no tombstones on this one, but there is a morgue on the back. And even though I have not outran him, I'm calling Doc out. First officer trainer on the grudge race. He's gonna be the first one that goes in there. We'll see who chokes. So I didn't want, actually the production hadn't seen this either. The deal was for me to film the car. The first time I was doing it was going to be a Yanko clone. I had artist renditioning done. It was a blown alcohol deal. And then they told me, well, so what are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to pull Reaper from the list and put this one on it. They said, is it going to say Reaper? I said, absolutely not. Yeah, we don't want you to do that. So they basically told me if I didn't put Reaper on it, they weren't going to film it. But they already filmed it before I did this deal. So there is a Reaper on it. There's that Reaper kind of thing, but the car's called Deez Nutz. You look over here, he's holding a pair. So actually, Travis came up with the name. Other than your mom, you struggle to come up with a car name that beats your mom.
I can't wait till we race. Think about that. These nuts and your mom.
These nuts just got
So
your mom.
when he first said the name, I just like, and the more I thought about it, I was like, man, there's no way that every announcer isn't gonna, that announcer's gonna wear somebody out. I mean, how would you like to get beat by these nuts?
I wouldn't talk about it. I know that.
See, there you go.
Wouldn't be on the top conversation list at the party, that's for sure.
Well, I have a feeling that all the announcers are gonna have a lot of fun with all the commentary about it.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if there's ever gonna be a better car name than
That
your
car
mom,
in that
but-
right lane, guys, got the pretty paint on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Here comes Reaper driving these nuts. So
What rear ends underneath there? I didn't hear you say that.
it's going to be a pretty interesting. It's going to be an interesting year. Also in the globe, holding the hands, and this was no disrespect, but every car on the list is in that globe. That's not a disrespect thing. That's because that's the list. That's everybody on the list, and that was meant because we do fight, guys. The biggest question everybody asks is how much of it's real. Is that stays when you guys get into it? Now, you put that much testosterone, that much power, and the want to be number one, there's going to be problems. People are going to get mad. But as anybody that's ever came to race us as the 405, when we're racing together, it's kind of like a sibling rivalry. You know, you can fight with your brothers, but anybody else comes to fight with your brothers? No. That's why as a team, 405's never been beat. Because whether you like each other or you hate each other, we all come together. We try to help each other as much as possible. Some of us do, some of us don't. But when we come together as a team, it's an unbeatable team. So, yeah, all that stuff's real, but you guys never see that when we're coming against somebody else. So, this is my new car for the list.
I like it.
You guys anybody got any questions?
What rear end's on it?
It's got a plate. Actually, the rear end that was in it was a Dana 60. I called Clayton. I said, I'm going to break this Dana 60. So he built a 9-inch for it. That's one of his custom chrome moly housings that he does. The thing is ultimate heavy duty.
Oh, big. 4,000 horsepower. We'll get worked out.
We're going to start testing the car. It leaves here. Travis has got a little bit of wiring left to do on it. Because the car was actually running. We put it on the dyno. It went to Travis's. Where'd Travis go?
I'm right here.
Get back up here, Travis. It went to Travis, in case you guys don't know Travis Quillen. It went to Travis's, and he was going to rewire the car and wire it differently. A week later, he sent me a picture of the whole inside the car cut out.
Change one thing, I changed 500 things behind it.
Oh, no, he started cutting bars out of it, and he didn't stop.
Now, that's
So,
not all the story.
Hang on. I wasn't done. I told him, he goes, listen, and everything that he did to the car was for my safety. So like he said, you say nobody loves James like James loves James, but TQ loves James a lot. So when he sent me pictures, I'm glad he wasn't standing there, because I looked at him and went, what the?
Wow, what are you doing to my car?
No, I told Travis. Travis agreed to come with me to race this car. I told him, whatever you want to do that makes you happy. Everything that he did, cutting the whole inside of the car out and changing everything up, was 100% for my safety. So you can't argue with that.
Guys,
You know,
when this is done, I'll walk all the way around.
Nobody
the car.
does love James
Not
like James
room
loves
to
James.
Move around it at the moment.
So somebody better start loving Chad, because he's the one that's got to drive it on radials. I got me a great big tire. You got to have him a little bitty one. So hopefully it's going to be the first car to ever do all of it.
I can see it running.
Us too.
It's going to be a pretty spectacular moment. Anybody got any question? No questions? All right, I'm going to step away and let you guys look at the car. You guys check it out. Like I said, I appreciate everybody coming out here. Sorry about the car cover for 3 days, but I wanted everybody to see it for the first time. I wanted everybody to see it for the first time. Stacy had not even seen this car before it was here. So I wanted all you guys, all the fans of the show, and all my sponsors to see it for the first time.
Nice. Good job, guys.
Thank you. Troy.
Hey guys, when the crowd clears, I will come back
Step back
on
and
and
let
do
everybody-
another live feed and show you just the car.